Alright, hello and welcome to Mystic Bets, the series where I bet on the weekends to try and make some money. Now, in my last video, we went 5 wins, 1 loss, insane profits, and I'm gonna try and continue this good momentum forward. There's a lot of bets to get through, so I'm gonna keep it short. I'm using a CSGOFast. If you want to use it with me, referral link below, and my referral code is 2QBWCW. Let's get started. So the first bet of the day, Recca versus Titans. I'm not going to touch these two. Recca versus Titans over here. Recca is actually probably, I would say, one of the more premier teams in Asia right now. I would definitely say, the statistics speak for themselves, but don't focus on statistics alone. I think Rekha are great. Titans are a bit unproven, so definitely go for Rekha, get some profits. 85-15 in my odds, go high on Rekha. Mongolz versus Ultimates. This is another game which should go the way of the favorite. Mongolz are just more proven, Ultimates haven't been doing so well. And remember, these are best of twos. I can see Mongol losing one map. I cannot see Mongolz losing 2. So I think it's a safe bet, and I think you should go with it. Odds, I would say, around the same, 85-15. Yeah, good bets, good wins to be had here. We then move on to this one, K29 versus Rushed. I don't know if there's many profits to be had here, to be honest, but there are a lot of names which have been here in this tier 3 level for a long time. Little was the guy who really impressed us. I can't remember which tournament it was, but he played teams like Optic, blah blah blah. He performed quite well. Cyber Focus, we've all seen him, probably. Roman, Face Crack, Kibak, and these guys have some name. Now, the odds right now, they haven't really settled, but I would say 50-50, really, in the end of the day. Looking at the lineups, they really have skill on both sides. Avoid it, but really if one of these teams drop off like to the moon, maybe just put a small bet on one of these guys. The next bets are the big ones, the big teams, but before I get into those, I want to skip over Tricked versus SFTO. Another game where the victor should be the overdog. Look at that lineup, look at this lineup, but on top of that, I've seen Crowny before. His statistics speak for himself, but he should not be able to wreck Faze against such an experienced team. I don't know though. I want to really say that the odds are 85-15. I think it's safe to put a bet on Tricked, and you should be able to get your returns. So we're going to move on to the big games now. Faze versus Mousesports. 2 games. Thing to highlight is that Tensky will be standing in for Kiyoshima. That's a big loss because Kiyoshima has been performing above and beyond. So I would say grain of salt. Overpass is a bit shaky because I can see Mousesports have a good touch on it. Kyo normally performs quite well on this map. 60-40 maybe. I would say best to avoid this match or bet really small on it. This is a scary map. Now, Mousesports versus Faze, Inferno. I trust Faze a lot more in Inferno. That's what I'm going to say. But I also have to say that the loss of Kiyoshima is huge, and they have a lot of skill on that team. If they can punish for them not having Kiyoshima, it could be a big thing. That being said, Tensky's no noob. He's okay. I want to say that this is probably the safer bet out of the 2. And it is, because Faze have a great record on this map. I hope Tensky can really set up to the... what's it called? Stand up to the challenge. So, but I'm going to say Faze should win both maps. Inferno, I'll edge slightly more in their favor. Quite a lot more, actually. 70-30 in favor of Faze. But these are risky bets. You should go small. Build slow. Astralis versus Nip. these two matches, Inferno and Cash. Now, sorry about all the frantic clicking, I'm just trying to really get through this. Cash, Nip had that amazing run in Cash, they've not really looked like coming back to that now. They're going to it slowly. What I have to say is that last match that they had with Nip on Cash, Astralis, they did badly, but at the same time, okay, these are not the odds. This map, I would say 65-35. I can see Astralis. They've had a better performance. They've played more Cash recently, so they have more confidence because Nip dropped it after a while because they kept losing. People didn't pick it. Meanwhile, on Inferno, this is a bit more interesting because it's really hard to read Astralis and Inferno, but they're beating big teams, and so are Nip in a way. I want to say that Nip have a higher chance in Inferno, but not so much higher. Astralis versus Nip on Cash, 72-28. Maybe a small / medium bet on Astralis is safe. And Nip versus Astralis, 70-30. But maybe that one is a bit more risky. I'm going to move on to the last few bets before we call it a day. Misfits versus Winter Fox, Inferno and Mirage. Now, Winter Fox are still in New Zealand, so you have to remember they have bad ping. And Misfits are putting a completely new lineup. They've got Armanek and Devoduvek. Devoduvek was the player who was initially put in Envious. He was playing for a team called Vexed, and they were doing quite well. Sad that he left because I thought Vexed would go quite far. I think it was Vexed. Well, okay, fuck it, never mind, doesn't matter. You can see they've been struggling with that ping thing, and ping thing. Anyways, all of Misfits statistics are out the window because it doesn't matter. I don't know how the communication is going to go, because it's going to be new for the Frenchies, I think, to talk in English. We'll see. Is it Vexed? I can't remember what team, sorry. But I know Armanek was quite good. And I know Devduvek. He was okay. So we have to see. Meanwhile, these five, they've just struggled because of the ping thing. So I want to say that both of these maps should go the way of Misfits, especially Mirage, because that's Sean Garris' home pick. I want to give it an 80-20 in favor of Misfits. Bet small. But you know that they're going to have bad ping, so just don't think too much. Don't worry too much about it. Think a lot. Always think. Immortals versus Complexity. Cash and Cobble. Now, Complexity, this is their new lineup. They've kind of struggled with it. You can see they're just etching past bad teams, and they even can't beat teams like E United. Now, I have to say that Immortals, on the other hand, they're not all guns and roses either. It's not all sunny on the Immortals side. That being said, I think that Immortals should have a great game here because they're just better. Cash, I can definitely see going Immortals' way. They've been playing it so much, they've been playing it so well. I know Complexity are probably the best on Cash out of all their maps, but I want to kind of trust Immortals here. That being said, 85-15, small on Immortals, or maybe even medium. As for Cobble, I'm always a bit worried when it comes to the Brazilians on Cobble, because they're so, like, hard to read on that map. I would say either, if you have time, look at the game previously, see if Immortals are on their normal form. If they are, good. Go for the bet, win some money. If they're not, which can happen, I would say skip it. I wouldn't say go small Complexity, unless they go really low, like 8%. Maybe a small ICB, like throw your shitty skins there. Anyways, that is the end of all of those bets. I hope we all win some money tomorrow. I would love to win money. Keep that win streak going. I'm going to have to be honest, though. There's a lot. So just be careful, really, is what I'm saying. Don't need to bet on all of them to make money. Just need to bet on a few. I trust these games. I don't know if you want to trust them too. But yeah. I'm going to be starting a new series, Flip Knife to More Flip Knives, is what I'm going to call it. I don't know, I'll work on the name. I'm going to start with a certain amount, try and grow that inventory, see how far we get. So join me for that when I start it probably next week. We'll see how. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Hope we all make some money. Use the referral code 2QBWCW to make even more money for me. And I'll see you next time.